students, welcome to class and welcome to all of you guests who are not yet vegan. Those of you who are vegan, write in the comments, when was your vegan declaration day? Maybe you don't remember the exact day, but write the month or the year. That's fine. It kind of creeps up on you sometimes. Like you decide in your head that you're going to be vegan, but you don't really have a specific day. You're kind of getting into it gradually, and then all of a sudden you realize, hey, wait a second, I haven't had any animal products for, and then you realize a week or a month or something, then you go, oh my God, I'm vegan. So what I encourage you to do is write it down and put it on your fridge. Today's date, write down the date today, put a little note on your fridge and say, Vegan Declaration Day. Happy Vegan Declaration Day to you guys. Mine is on June 27th. It was in 2016. I've been vegan for 5 years, a little bit over 5 years now. So yeah, if I can do it, you guys can do it. And my 81-year-old mother-in-law is vegan and she's Italian. So if she can do it, you guys can do it. And also my dog, Bella, hasn't had any animal products. I mean, she might have had a little bit of something once in a while, you know, at the dog park, somebody gives her a treat. That's not vegan. But other than that, we have only fed her vegan food since August 2016. So she's doing great too. Today we're going to be looking at this, activists with DXE in Korea. So let me show you my little sheet that I got prepared here. I have this, and we're going to be putting some smiles and, oh, got some marker on me there, some smiles and some frowns. And if you realize that they did something good in the presentation, it's a check mark. And an X, if there's something you don't like. All right, so let's have a look at this. Okay, well, that went fast. Okay, so first of all, what I really like at the beginning is that they're all wearing some sort of a uniform. So that is great. I'm going to give them a check mark for that. Some sort of a uniform, and it says on there, Rose's Law. Rose's Law, that means they also want a Bill of Rights, just like I want. That's what I want. I think we need a Bill of Rights for the animals. Animals have a right to be protected under the law. Animals are not the same thing as a marker or as a scarf. They're not an object. See? Animals are not objects to be used by us. Animals are sentient beings. They deserve as much protection as cats and dogs do, because there's really no difference between cats and dogs and all other animals. They all feel pain. They all want to be with their families. They all want to be loved. They all want to play and explore. So we need to give them all that right. All right, so I like this. They're wearing these uniforms, and I like the fact that you see them, a lot of them have cameras. That's so important when you're doing any kind of disruption like this, because you have to film it, because the point is not to do it just for that moment. It's to spread the message out everywhere. No, it doesn't mean that you're vain if you're filming yourself. It means that you are a good activist. Film yourself. Put yourself out there, your face, your uniform, whatever it is. Make sure that everybody knows that you care about the animals. All right, so it looks like they're going into a chicken slaughterhouse here. Okay. Well, I'm going to give a check mark for that. That's great. That's brave. They're going to go film what happens there to let people know so they can make informed decisions. You know, a lot of people just don't know what goes on in these places because the meat industry, the egg industry, the dairy industry, the fur industry, all of these industries don't really want you to know what's going on. If they ever let cameras in, it's because they've cleaned everything up and it's not the way it really is. We know this because all kinds of activists around the world have gone in and filmed what goes on. Okay, so they had a historic trial. The action promoted an animal bill of rights. I wonder what's written in it. That's pretty cool. Let's give them a check mark for that. That's amazing. Wow, I would love to read it. I wonder to what extent it is. Okay, so how did they do this? They used a concrete blockade. Okay, so I guess some of the activists went inside to film what's going on, and others were outside in this concrete thing, blocking traffic. Okay, that's really good. So I guess they put some concrete inside the suitcase and put their arms in there. And inside, I don't know if they're holding hands or holding onto some sort of a metal bar or something. But the idea is that they are blocking the trucks from going in and out to protect the animals, to try to save their lives. Now, some of you are probably thinking, ugh, not these people disrupting traffic again. But think about it. If you were the one who was going to be killed, how would you feel? Do you think you'd feel differently? Do you think that if the trucks were coming to get your body, that you would look at these people a different way? Do you think that maybe instead of looking at them like they're a nuisance, you might think to yourself, they're heroes? That's how I see it. So I'm giving 4 check marks to each of these. Each of these ones gets a check mark because they are a hero in my eyes. Social change doesn't come from just being quiet and whispering about it. It comes from disrupting society. That's what I did on TikTok. I went on there and I disrupted everything, and I got the word vegan to millions and millions of people. I had about 25 million people watch my little video where I sang outside of McDonald's. They know what vegan is now. They know what vegan foods are. They know to look for them. They often write to me, many people write to me and say, every time I see something vegan in the store, I think of you, Miss KADIE. And then I buy it. So that's the whole idea. Disrupt society. Disrupt the norm, because it looks like the norm is peaceful, but underneath there's no peace until the animals are free from the incredible suffering that they endure right now. So they managed to stop the killing operation for 4 hours. Good job. Okay, wait, what was that? Did they say they ended up being arrested? Oh, let me check. It goes fast. Okay, so they're going into the building. They had a historical trial. Promoted the Bill of Rights. Concrete blockade. Stopped the operation for 4 hours. Okay, so 4 activists end up being arrested. Now, when you think of somebody being arrested, you usually think, uh-oh, that person must have done something bad. But not these guys. They did something good. They tried to save the lives of innocent sentient beings who don't even know that they exist. How much compassion in your heart do you have to care about somebody who doesn't even know your name? Isn't that incredible? True bravery, true sacrifice. They were fined $10,000. That's a heavy price to pay. That's why it's always important, if you know about animal rights activists, to give them some of your money, because they often have these kind of legal fees that they need to figure out how to pay on their own. So if you have a whole community backing those few brave people, it makes such a difference to them. Let somebody at the top be brave, but everybody else should help to finance that person, because they're taking a great risk to their physical safety and also financially. Okay, so DXE Korea became the first group of activists that started history of line crossing animal rights. Okay, wow, look at this, is great. You know, I bet I know why they have that paint on them, because they're talking about the dairy industry and how the mother cows are forced to be pregnant and forced to have their babies taken away. There's a lot of violence in that industry, so good for them. This is a great way to get the media attention. You know, it's too bad that people have to do this in a way. You know, you would think you would have a civilized society where you would simply say, excuse me, how about we stop hurting animals who never did a single thing wrong to us? Would that be a good idea? And then everybody would say, yeah, that's a great idea. How do we do that? And then you say, oh, I got an idea. How about we only put veggies, fruits, nuts, and seeds in our shopping cart? And because, you know, peace begins on our plate. So we can all open up our hearts. Wouldn't that be great? And then everyone goes, that makes perfect sense. What should we eat? And then they say, oh, well, I know what you can eat. You can eat all of these things. And that's just a few of them. I mean, look at this list. These are all different whole foods that you can get when you become vegan. First of all, you don't need to drink cow's milk. You're going to be drinking soy milk or oat milk instead. Yeah. All right, so whole foods that you can get are lentils, chickpeas, brown rice, oats, peanut butter or almond butter or any kind of butter, kale, don't forget to get kale every day, or spinach, some cruciferous vegetables. You got bok choy, bananas, blueberries, or any kind of fruit, anything at all, peaches, pineapples. You know, there are just thousands of fruits and veggies that you can eat. You can eat dates, which I eat every single day now. I put them in my oatmeal. I don't use sugar anymore, ever. Never use any kind of sugar. I just use dates. I blend them all up and I put that in whatever recipe I'm making. So dates, there's tahini. This is another one of my favorites. I use tahini in many, many different dishes with vegetables. Tahini is just ground up sesame seeds. So it's kind of oily. It looks like a peanut butter kind of thing. And you pour it in, and instead of using oil, I use that. And it doesn't taste that good on its own, but mixed into things, it gives it this whole underlying flavor that's amazing. And of course, remember, every single spice is vegan. So that's what makes meat taste good. It's the spices. Right. Walnuts or any kind of nuts. You've got carrots, mushrooms, potatoes, tomatoes, avocado, garlic. And don't forget every day to eat chia and flax seeds. Really important for your omega-3s. And the chia seeds and the flax seeds, you just grind them up just before you use them is the best thing. Okay, don't grind up a whole huge amount, because it's best to grind them up just before you use them, or at least a few days before, and keep them in the fridge to make sure that they have all their nutrients. All right? And remember, if your poop is hard, it means you're not eating enough vegan foods. You gotta get all the fiber in there. We need lots and lots of fiber. The vast majority of people on this planet are not eating enough fiber. Everything gets clogged up. When you go to the washroom, it should just come out. I'm not saying like, liquid or anything, but it should come out really well. And that's what you need to look for. And by the way, speaking of those parts down there, if your pee is too yellow, it means you're not drinking enough water. Okay, drink water. Water should be your default drink of choice. All right, so let's continue this video.
역사를 시작하였습니다.
Okay, so we go inside factory farms and slaughterhouses. All right, good job. Excellent. And then this is another type of uniform by this group, DXE, Direct Action Everywhere. Don't forget to look them up, okay? DXE, you can type it, DXE, and join a chapter near you, or start one if you want to.
찾아가 감춰진 동물의 현실을 드러내고 식당과
To reveal the hidden realities of what the animals go through. Look at these bars. Look at these innocent animals who are stuck there.
마트, 백화점, 약
Look at that. You see, I don't know if you can see, but that's the mother there. And then she
등
has the
폭력이
babies
일상화된
there.
곳이라면 어디든지 찾아
And they can't even, that's Bella. She just jumped down and she's shaking. Hi, Bella. You coming to say hi? Yeah? What is it? Is it time to eat? Is it time to eat? Okay, you're gonna have to wait though, 5 minutes, okay? I'll be really quick. 5 minutes, okay? All right, let's speed this up.
찾아갔습니다. 우리는 맹년
Okay, so they go into supermarkets, great. Stores. And they do disruptions. Remember, disruption is a good thing. You're trying to get the light to shine on the animals, and they're suffering.
맹렬하게 비폭력적인 방법으로 사회에
Oh, these poor sweethearts. Can you imagine being born in a place like that?
감춰진 폭력성을 들춰내어
Absolute hell. Oh my God.
드러내고 식당과 마트
Poor little sweetie. And the mother can't even turn around. She can't even turn around. They make the bars so tight. It would be like you living in not even in a phone booth, even worse than a phone booth your whole life, that you can't even turn around, like so tight. Absolute torture. We would never do this to any other animal. Dogs, cats, can you imagine? Horrific. We need a vegan world.
백화점, 야구장 등 폭력이 일상화된 곳이라면 어디든
So we disrupt inside of restaurants. That too is important. Again, it's not because we want to disrupt, because nobody wants to be mean or to disrupt anybody, but it's necessary to get their attention. You have to make a big commotion. You have to say, this is wrong. This is not okay. We need to protect the innocent.
든지 찾아갔습니다. 우리는 맹렬하게 비폭력적인 방법으로 사회에 감춰진
Yeah, where the violence has been normalized. There's so much normalization that we don't even see it. We're not even aware. I mean, just look at what's on your plate next time. Okay, every time you're eating an egg, that comes from the cycle of violence also, where these baby-born chicks in that industry at 1 day old, because they'll never be able to lay eggs, they put them and they slice them up. They kill them. It's awful.
폭력성을 들춰내었고 언론의 주목을 받으면서
Right, so you see there that this young lady is probably getting arrested, and way to go, I'm so proud of her. for standing up for the victims. Again, remember that if you were the victim, wouldn't you want somebody like that, somebody brave to stand up and be there in your defense? Of course you
인간
would.
중심적 세상의 균열을 만들어가고 있습니다. 저는 동물을 위한 사회적, 정치적 변화의 역사를 만들어 나가는 DXE 코리아의 기획자이며 동료
Absolutely. Okay, let me go back one sec. So
언론의 주목을
it's
받으며
non-violent. Remember that though. It's always non-violent. That again, another check mark for that. Super important.
인간 중심적
So
세상의
they expose the hidden violence in
균열을 만들어가고
society
있습니다. 저는 동물을 위한 사회적,
by
정치적
getting media attention. Look at that. Look how many people are behind that banner. If you're not yet an animal rights activist, what are you waiting for? Get out there on social media. Show your face. Be brave. Write something on your shirt. Let people know what you stand for in this world.
변화의 역사를 만들어 나가는 DXE 코리아의 기획자입니다.
Okay, this anthropocentric world, that means a world that revolves everything around humans. It's so insane when we are part of this interdependent web. That's what we need to be aware of. We all of us have a right to live, not just some. And look at that, again, another uniform, same thing though. Okay, that is the DXE asking for Rose's Law to be put into place. I'm so proud when I see people like that. You know, they could be there playing their video games like so many of you do. Think about it. How many hours of your life do you waste playing a video game when you could get out there and make the world a better place?
동료들과 함께 새벽이와 노을이 그리고 별이를 공개 구조하였습니다.
After 2 years, the case received attention. The court made a powerful statement.
동물 권리 장전
The
락다운
judge
재판을
heard our
통해
defense and specified in precedent
최초로 농장 동물에 대한 법적 권리 보장의 필요성이
to not be exploited. Yes. Oh, this is amazing. Oh my goodness. Lots of check marks for that. Good job. Look, there she is rescuing someone. Oh my God. Poor little sweetheart. Guys, how can you ever eat bacon again? How can you ever eat sausages? How can you ever eat ham? Be vegan. The world needs you. The animals need you. And by an amazing stroke of luck, it happens to also be best for the environment. You will reduce your eco footprint because animal agriculture has a gigantic eco footprint. Yay! Look at them all. So brave. Wow, they got an animal bill of rights in Korea. That is great. Oh, little cuties. They want to create a better world for the animals. Follow DXE. That's great. Yes. All right. Well, you guys, this absolutely does pass for sure. So I'm going to give this actually an A+. I don't see anything wrong with what they're doing. I see only things that are right. There you go, DXE Korea. A+ to you. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, subscribe now. Press the notification bell. Help us get these animals out of hell. And be curious. Look around this site. You're going to see a bunch of videos popping up. Click on them. Be curious. There's all kinds of different videos. Watch them all. You know, make some popcorn. Go back in the archives. I'm playing the guitar back there. I'm talking about Gordon Ramsay. I'm talking about vegan athletes. I'm talking about where you can get great vegan food. I'm filming my dog Bella all the time. It's a lot of good stuff. All right? Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys all in the next class. And if there's any videos that you think I should look at, send them to me. Bye for now. Love you.